Hello, friends, and welcome back to the new episode of r/IDontWorkHereLady. Let's start our video with this first little warm-up story. Dumbest person ever. I used to work as a paramedic in a large city. A Home Depot opened right at the street corner we're supposed to sit at. Me and my partner were both new homeowners, as was a police unit in the area, so we all go in together. They were having some nice sales on tools that we could use. Some guy comes up to me asking for help getting something behind the lock case. I just look at him and say, "Sorry, I don't work here." He then goes to my partner and asks the same thing. Now, as most people know, the Home Depot uniforms are orange. Myself and my partner are dressed in navy blue pants and tops with the word paramedic in 4 letters on the back. No way we can be confused for Home Depot employees. But it gets better. He then goes up to the police officers. Again, big letters on their back saying police. The cops just look at him and go, "Are you drunk or stupid?" After a bit of conversation of more of this, they take his ID and run his name. He was on probation, had an active warrant out for his arrest, and was trying to buy a box cutter, in violation of his probation. Yep, he spent the night in lockup. Well, that's amazingly stupid. It's like the guys going to the cops reporting that their weed got stolen. And our next story. Had to pretend I don't work here. I work for a major Canadian telco as tech support senior staff, a department that deals with escalation calls from employees, work analysis, and detection of network issues. That typically happens far from the eyes of any customer, high in a skyscraper or at home teleworking. But that day, I'd been asked to go to one of our stores to troubleshoot issues with the store's TVs randomly switching resolutions on a specific HD channel. Our staff in stores have company-provided shirts that clearly identify them as such, with our logo and company colors. As union staff, we adhere to a work contract that, among other things, determines who gets to interact with customers. Only frontline staff at tech support and sales and store clerks have that in their job descriptions and get extensive relevant training. Every other union employee is supposed to avoid direct contact with customers while on the job and evade it if that happens accidentally. It's not something we shed any tears over, as talking to customers is not an enviable part of anybody's job description. So I was at the back of the store discreetly running tests on a few cable boxes in a corner, dressed inconspicuously in jeans and a simple shirt, while store clerks wearing company colors tried their best to intercept customers headed my way. But sure enough, someone got through the defensive line. A bubbly red-headed girl carrying a few rental DVDs, just as I was looking at diag screens. Redhead: "Hey, I have that cable box at home. How'd you get in those? That looks handy." Well, she didn't ask me to confirm whether I'm an employee, so I guess there's little harm in answering. You should call technical support well before you access these. I was just being curious. Me too. Just curious. So how? Well, it's not exactly a secret. Anyone can Google it in 3 seconds. I tell her, you hold down the bullseye, then press info on the front panel. Oh, thanks a lot. So I'd also like advice to troubleshoot a weird issue with my modem. By then it was getting pretty obvious she thought I worked there. You should speak with one of the guys that work here for advice. If they need to, they can connect you instantly with tech. No! The phone people are crap. All they do is try to sell me stuff. I know you're tech here. The salespeople wear the company shirts. The techs try to look low-key in the background. Everyone knows that. Take 2 minutes, please. Amusingly, normally all store staff wear company shirts, techs included, so it was just happenstance that she guessed I was tech staff. But at that point, I was technically obligated to evade. Willful breaches of the work contract can lead to grievances, and there were actual store staff looking our way. Nope, I'm sorry, I tell her. I don't work here. I was just curious about the hardware specs of these and thought it would be in the diag pages. I'm sure their tech support people will be able to help you. Whatever, they clearly can't. I tried just yesterday. You can still tell me what to do about intermittent packet loss on a modem even if they can't see any issues with their remote tools. Come on. Do I have the company logo tattooed on my forehead? Since when do people press strangers after they told them they don't work there? For a second, even though she was way too young for me, I wondered if she was trying to find an excuse to have me come to her place and fix the modem. That wasn't it, though. I can read body language well enough to know she actually wanted technical help. And I do hate leaving a tech issue unattended. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't work here, and I don't know anything about packet sloths. Oh, sorry, I was pretty sure. Guess I'll try tech support again and get more BS about my computer. Thanks for the diag page thing. After she left, I signaled a store employee to come my way. After that young lady checks out her DVDs in the front, please have her account number sent to my internal email. Some tech issue that I want to follow up on. Overly enthusiastic store clerk says, "Yes, sir, I'm on it. We'll send it to your phone, too, just in case. We'll make sure you're not bothered anymore, too." Our upbeat store people always weird me out a bit. It's like they're immune to the apathy and slow-motion depression that their peers and call centers inevitably experience. Probably something to do with the fact that they get a cut of every sale. Later that day, when I was back at the office, I walked to one of our best frontline techs and say, "Hey man, this account number here, intermittent packet loss on the modem. Find out why, and when you contact the customer, this doesn't come from me. It's a routine quality assurance follow-up on her last call to us. You'll see it in her ticket history." Disgruntled great frontline tech, put it on top of the pile there. Oh, that's more like it. Feels good to be back home. I'm not stupid. I just don't speak. So I recently found this sub, and I like it a lot. I found a story on here of a guy pretending to be mute in one of these situations, so I thought I might share a story that happened to me a few years ago. This is a throwaway account for privacy reasons. For reasons I don't like to talk about, I'm almost completely mute. I don't ever speak unless I'm in private with people I trust, like immediate family, very close friends, etc. And even when I do, I have a bad stutter, so I mostly just choose not to. I'm comfortable communicating by writing on a notepad. I carry it around with me, or I just use gestures. Most people are fine with that. This particular story happened when I was 16. I was at a restaurant with 5 friends, and we just told the server our order. I obviously couldn't tell her, so I just wrote it down for a friend to read out. After that, I got up to use the bathroom. I was wearing black jeans and a blue shirt, which I suppose is similar to the uniform the staff wore, but they had the restaurant's logo on their back. They wore a badge with their logo, and the shade of blue was darker. On the way back to the booth we were in, I heard a stern voice call out, "Hey!" So I turned around to see where it was coming from, and was surprised to see the source of the voice. A 30-something bearded man. Beard guy. Glaring right at me. "Can we get a little service around here?" I just pointed at myself to say, "Who, me?" "Yeah, you. We've been waiting here for an hour." I tried to gesture to him that I didn't work there and I didn't speak, but I left my notepad at the table. So all I could do was gesture how I had no badge, point at my mouth, and shake my head or whatever. But the message didn't get to him. "Hello? Are you stupid? Take our orders." It upset me when he said that. But I'm a huge pushover and didn't want to make the guy more mad, so I gestured to wait 1 second, dashed back to the table, grabbed my notepad to the slight confusion of my friends, and went back up to him. I started to write, "I don't work here and don't talk. I'm just a customer." Seeing me with my notepad must have meant to him, "She's writing our orders." So he started naming off his order, but stopped when I handed him the note. He read it over and gave me a weird glance, but before he could say anything, my friend showed up to ask me what was happening. In the very same moment, a real server got to them. BG acted like nothing happened and started dictating his order to the server, while me and my friend went back to our booth. I wrote my other friends, and we had a little laugh about it, but in truth, the whole situation was quite embarrassing. The guy was a jerk, and it sort of annoys me that he didn't get payback for it like other stories on this sub, but I felt powerless in that situation, while he just walked all over me. I dread to think how he treats actual servers. I also made a point in the future to check what the uniform of everywhere I went to eat looked like, so I wouldn't get in another situation like this again. Unfortunately, that hasn't stopped awkward situations since then, where I've been asked things by strangers and had to quickly scribble a note to them. Alleged daughter of the owner believes she should not pay anything. Good. To begin with, I'm Spanish speaking. Most of my stories are in Spanish, so excuse me if I do not write it well. At the time I was 15 years old, I supported my uncle in his restaurant since I didn't have a lot of staff, which agreed support in different areas, waiter, dishwasher, etc. At about 2, the sky is cloudy. It was a Karen, which came with an air of superiority. I was attending another table and she begins to snap her fingers, in the purest Thanos style. I was offended, but even so, I let it go. He began to sigh that the service was very bad. When I attended her with a smile, I say, "Good afternoon. How can I help you?" To which he replies, "What are you doing here? You're too young to work on this." To which I respond with, "In fact, my parents gave me permission, and I'm only supporting. This apparently does not like this Karen, so half annoyed she started to order. I apologize for the delay. She begins to order for 3 people. She tells me I want it fast. I am the owner's daughter. Annoyed but holding on, I give her order. I do not remember what she asked for, but it was something close to 150 sols. I'm Peruvian. She tells me that she should not pay since your dad owns it. To which I'm fed up, saying, "Seriously? Well, hello, cousin. How are you?" She somewhat surprisingly says, "Wait, what?" I shout to my uncle, "Come quickly, I found your lost daughter." He says strangely, "What?" I tell her she says that she's your daughter and that she should not pay. My uncle is 1.8 meters tall, robust and intimidating, to which the 1.5 missus was terrified and upset. She paid quickly, cursing and saying that she would never return, to what I answer in the most sarcastic way possible, "Then we won't meet at Christmas dinner?" What my uncle laughs at, she puts out the middle finger and says that she will call the children's services to take me and that she would close the store for it. So far, nothing has come, so I'm calm. Thanks for reading this somewhat long story. I hope you will be pleased. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.